guys, so we're back at the office today, and today we're going to show you how to place a water spigot outside. I'm so excited to learn a different skill, a new skill. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys. What are we doing today, Chris?
We are going to turn the water off to the building. And we're going to add a water spigot.
Okay. So let's do that.
And while we're in there, we might as well add a shutoff valve so you don't have to turn the water off here anymore.
Cool.
And this is what it looks like, Trisha. This little valve right here, you can see it. That's to turn your water on and off. Now let's see if this works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. There it is. That's it.
So we just turn the water valve off
to your building. Yep.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna dig right here because this is where the water goes into the building. That's where we're gonna put a water spigot, and we're gonna put a shutoff valve for the office.
Okay, cool. And what's the purpose of doing this anyways? Why should I have a water valve outside?
So you can wash the building and water your plants.
Okay, because I have like no access to water outside at all.
We got these sprinklers here, but they don't work. We're just gonna disconnect those because we don't have a timer anyway to turn them on and off.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
First you gotta get this little baby shovel. And it's down here somewhere.
So we're looking for a
pipe that goes into the building.
Okay. So we found the pipe. Down there. So what are we doing?
We're cutting this out and we're going to replace it.
Water.
Sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes you fall. Sometimes you fall.
Okay.
Precious cargo. Be careful with my heart. Oh, say I'm not sensitive, but I can sense if it's right for me. Don't let your hair get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes you fall.
All right, so these are the parts that we purchased for this job. Not every job is going to be obviously different, so it just depends on what you're replacing and what parts that you need, but these are the parts that we got. So just to show you what we got, and we have some glue right here.
This is a foam insulator to keep the pipe from getting brittle in the sun.
So we have that, what Chris just said, and these pipes right here, and this is going to go underground, and these are going to be caps. You'll see us do that as well. So that's what we have for our project. Why are you breaking that, Chris?
I'm cutting it so I don't have to struggle with running a pipe through it. I can just sit this on top after I build the water line.
Okay.
I hit my car. I'll scratch my car.
You scratch your own car.
Okay.
I always want to break stuff. Why you always want to break stuff, Chris? Let me see that again. Let me see how this can look. Oh, okay. Are you breaking that piece as well? Or are you cutting it, I should say. The proper terminology is cutting, not breaking. Right?
That's it, we're done.
And that's the glue.
What kind of glue?
You want to show the brand?
Rain or shine?
Rain or shine.
What does that mean?
It's gonna adhere, it's gonna stick regardless if it's raining or it's shine.
It's wet or dry.
I just made that up, but I guess that's what it means.
An extra piece.
That's one of the pieces that you purchased. So what piece is that, Chris?
This is the T for the water spigot. So we can go up the wall and add a water spigot.
Okay.
When you push these fittings in, always give them a little small quarter turn so the glue seals up properly.
Okay. All right, guys, so we're going to take this piece to add here, and that piece is from this piece.
We're going to dry fit everything first so we get our proper measurements without gluing, because if we glue it, we'll have to cut it all back out. So we're just going to mark this little thing right here, and that's where we're going to cut it off. So I can pull it right back out. And then we're going to take this little piece here and we're going to glue it in. You're just going to want to go around it like that. And it's always better to glue both ends. Put a little glue on both ends. And when, like I was saying, you stick it in, give it a quarter turn twist. Make sure it's all the way in there properly.
Okay, so glue on both ends.
Little piece onto here, like so. Make sure you get plenty of glue. Stick this little guy on there. Make sure it's pressed in tight. And let it dry. It, you let that glue dry. We got a main water shutoff for the inside of the building, and we're going to put a water spigot coming up.
All right, so what are we doing now, Chris?
We're going to put thread tape on these threads.
Okay.
As seen in a previous video, we want to go clockwise.
Okay.
So the thread tape seals these threads from the water coming out.
Okay.
When you put this on there, you're going to pull it tight so it gets down inside those threads. It don't take a lot, just go around it once or twice and then just pull it and rip it off. Make sure that little hole's clean. And one thing I've learned that helps, make sure this is pushed down good into those threads.
Okay.
Now we got this fitting here with threads in it. We're going to screw this on there before we connect it to the wall. And the reason we do this, it just makes it a little easier. I mean, you could put it on the pipe on the wall and screw it down, but then you run a chance of breaking it. And we want to tighten this up as much as we can to the bottom of the threads without breaking it, where it's still straight. That way when we connect it to the wall, our valve is straight.
Okay.
As you can see now, it's pretty in line, pretty straight.
Yep.
Now we're going to take this little piece of PVC and we're going to glue it into that fitting. Make sure you glue both sides. Yeah, so we don't have a water leak. And don't get too much glue as it falls to the bottom of the pipe and clogs up your sink. Now we stick this in here like this, push it all the way down, give it a quarter turn, and just let it sit and dry. Now we're going to take these little straps, secure it nice and tight, so when you turn the water on and off, it does not break the pipe.
And these are the straps.
So you want to pull these little tabs, because these things are sticky, but when you do that, don't let them touch each other. Sometimes it's better if you put it on and pull it, and then pull this side out like that, and then these things are here together when you just go like that, and they squeeze together, and that's it. Now, we previously drilled our holes for our clamps to go to the wall, which we didn't put that in the video. We should have though. Patricia was arresting me.
I was what?
And we just screw them into the hole. Just like that.
And what's the purpose of these?
To keep the spigot from when you turn this on and off, you don't break the pipe on the wall. It's to secure the pipe to the wall as you turn it on and off.
But what's the purpose of the foam?
The foam is to stop the pipe from getting brittle from the sun over time.
Okay.
So it protects the pipe from the sun. And we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. Just line our screws up with our holes. And screw it in. And that's it. Now you have a water spigot on the outside of the building. We have one more thing to do. We're going to put this in here so the shutoff valve is easily accessible to turn the water on and off down there in the bottom. There's really no right and wrong way to install this as long as it's over the pipe. And it looks pretty good. And we're going to take some of these rocks right here. We're just going to put a bed of rocks on the inside of that thing. Patricia don't like frogs sleeping in them. Gotta make them uncomfortable sleeping in a rock bed. So we're just going to take some of these little rocks here and just throw inside of there just to make it a little, looks a little nicer when we open it too. That's it. And to line this thing up, there's these little holes right there, the little tabs we had to cut off, they line up with these. So if you ever get one of these, you stick that thing on a little hole and give it a little twist like this and it won't come open. You have to spin it back around just like that. Drop it down there and it's locked. Now let's bury this thing.
Keep it in your pocket for some keeping. Don't ever let nobody be the let your head get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard. But sometimes you fall. But sometimes you fall. Precious cargo, be careful with my heart, oh. Say I'm not sensitive, but I can sense if it's right for me.
Now you can bury these things if you want in the ground or leave them exposed. I prefer to leave them exposed so they know it's right.
You know you try,
Yeah, leave it
you
exposed.
try really hard.
Please.
But sometimes you fall.
We had to go back to Lowe's because we actually got the wrong size caps. So we're going to use these caps to cap off the sprinklers. So that's what we're going to do with these. Cap off the sprinklers.
We're just gonna dig it down a little bit to get it below ground level. You can't see that thing. It's pretty close over here in the front of the building. It don't work anyway. I don't know.
Then you're gonna cut it.
You wanna tell them why it's so dark out here?
Because we had to go back to Lowe's and then you wanted to go get some food. So now it's super late.
What'd you eat?
I had some salmon and it was good. And you had a steak.
You did better, I think.
Yeah, it's done.
Sometimes you fall. Sometimes you fall.
All right, guys. So we only have 5 of these to cap, and we're just gonna do 2 on camera. And that's it. That will wrap it up for this video.
You got a cap?
Uh-huh. Alright, so that's done.
We got roots right here, a tree.
Your heart, keep it in your pocket for safekeeping. Don't ever let nobody be the reason you throw it out. You stop caring about